It is a toxin that is produced by a bacteria, and it has medical uses when trying to paralyze muscles that are overactive. Classically in the medical field, it's used to treat patients with spasticity after a stroke, but it's also used in aesthetic settings as well. It is very safe when it's used by the right people and it's placed in the right place, when it's administered in the correct dose, and it is rarely associated with complications. Classically, it's administered into the muscle. For patients who have spasticity, large doses are required, but for patients who come for aesthetic treatments, small doses are administered into classically the places such as the forehead, the crow's feet, and into the neck. It is like any injection, there is a certain amount of pain associated, but the needle is extremely small and the number of injections required are quite low, so it's not particularly painful. It's a little uncomfortable, but it's not particularly painful. In most cases, it lasts for between 3 and 4 months. However, when patients attend for regular treatment, it can last up to 6 and 8 months because the duration of action tends to extend. They take about 10 to 15 minutes. In most patients, they would take even 5 minutes. However, it depends on the number of areas that are being treated. For example, if the forehead and crow's feet areas are being treated, it usually takes about 5 minutes. But if you extend into the neck or other parts of the body, it can take 10 to 15 minutes. For aesthetic purposes, most patients would attend in their 30s and 40s. And when the forehead and crow's feet areas are being treated, classically it's middle age. For over 20 years, I've been administering it for patients with facial palsies and excessive sweating for longer than that. For aesthetic purposes, I've been using it for about 15 years, and I have to say it's increasingly popular, especially as the medical uses expand. It has changed over the last number of years, and more patients are attending for medical purposes and for aesthetic purposes. No, your face will not look overdone or unnatural. If you use the correct amount, it gives a very natural appearance. However, if patients receive too much, yes, you can have reduced movement in the forehead, and yes, it can look unnatural, but that would be very unusual. The main benefits are to make you look a little younger and to reduce what's called animation. In other words, when you frown or when you move, that you don't see the effects of aging. It doesn't stop movement, but it certainly reduces movement in the forehead and in the crow's feet area. We're based in a large hospital in Galway, and all of our patients are treated in the same part of the hospital. We are happy to see patients 24/7 if there's a problem. We don't travel outside Galway to deliver treatment in other cities. So we are here and we are available, and we guarantee that your follow-up is based here in this hospital. In addition, I have 20 years experience, and I don't think I've had an unhappy patient in that time. There are a couple of ways to book an appointment with us. You can either book it directly through your GP, or you can contact us yourself.